Wasn't that great? We love showcasing new talent, and that was phenomenal.
Absolutely. And now we'd like to recognize established brands, particularly one with significant influence and impact on the fashion industry globally. And in Orange County, in our own backyard, the significant brand is St. John. Obviously, right, iconic brand for knits, style, and glamour. So we have a short video from Signet Media to tell us more.
I was trying to impress a very handsome, tall, good-looking guy, and I spent all my money on clothes and shoes, and I knew, nobody would want to marry anybody who was such a spendthrift, so I decided to make something that I could wear so I would spend less money. And I wore a dress in a show and I thought, oh, this is great. I can make this. And I went out and bought yarn and 2 knitting needles and sat down and proceeded to make it. My vision was never long range. My vision was very short range.
She said, please, Robert, take these, try to sell them. I just know we have something, they're handmade, and we'll make enough money, and we'll go to Hawaii on a honeymoon.
I wanted to knit 20 dresses and sit in Hawaii for 2 weeks and have a good time. He had the vision to have a long-term business, and in a matter of seconds, he named the company and priced the garment.
The buyer said, great, I'll take 50. What's the name of the company? And right in that instant, he said St. John Knits, and he spent the day selling the dresses.
I wanted to create something that I could wear. I wasn't really interested in sharing it with anybody. Kelly had a unique sense of style since she was a little girl.
I was born into fashion. Hot pink was probably one of my first 10 words. There's not a time I can remember not being part of St. John. I started learning when I was 4, and I'd sit quietly in my dad's office, and I was really, really content just to listen to him. This is a born and live without borders. By the age 12, my parents asked me if I wanted to be a school teacher. I said, no. They said, well, then that gives us a wonderful opportunity because only school teachers get the summer off. So I started interning at 12. Back then it was legal.
She had to excel beyond any employee to be able to do what she did.
I think that there were times where I wanted to hang up my pumps sooner rather than later so that I thought it would garner me more credibility in the industry.
The detriment was that people perceived her in that position, when in reality she was so much more than that, and then to have people perceive her as just the face, I was always a bit unglued by that.
I think it gave me a perspective that maybe some of our competitors wouldn't have shared. When I was retired from St. John, I met Tommy Lee on a flight to Sundance, and he invited me to a Motley Crue show. I was always a little curious about Nikki Sixx, and when we were sitting at dinner together, he asked what I thought of his stage clothes. I said, I have no idea. You're this big from where I sit. Nikki said, I'm going to change that. So they gave me my own security guard, my first Motley Crue t-shirt, and I went in the pit, and I loved it. I loved being embedded with the whole scene, and it inspired Nikki and I to start Royal. We decided that we wanted to capture that iconic style in a bottle and try to infuse it into a clothing collection. People used to ask me, what would you do if there was no St. John? And I didn't think I'd ever find that out. But then, things change. And when my dad retired, the company synergy just wasn't the same for me. And I wanted to be there and spend time with him.
My husband had a unique drive. He was very powerful, visionary. And he allowed me the freedom to create things that I felt were important.
I can't remember being able to define the difference between my dad as a father, a mentor, or a boss. Our relationship was so complicated and intertwined, but amazing. We were the closest of friends. My mom called us two peas in a pod. And I enjoyed a very long, successful career under his tutelage and guidance. And I think I am inspired to be better and more successful every day in his memory.
Can't say it was all smooth sailing. We had our disagreements, but in the end, it was an exciting thing to see the family unit work as a unit. Nothing would have happened without him. I had talent in the areas that he wasn't interested in. I wasn't interested in business, and he didn't really want to be a designer, so it was a perfect fit.
Go ahead and go now. Go now. Go now.
That was beautiful. We'd like to present the first Iconic Fashion Award to Kelly Gray and the Gray family. We are so proud that you have put us on the map here in Orange County, worldwide. And Kelly, Marie, are you coming up? Can you stand up? This is for you. Marie, your family. We love you. Marie, please stand up. And your grandma.
It's not really me. I wanted to thank my mom and dad, who had the love, patience, and discipline to raise a very strong-willed child. And giving me the opportunity to drive the Ferrari that was St. John. But they never told me how hard it would be to build one, which is Royal. And thanks to my team at Royal, especially you, PJ, you have no idea. I look forward to thinking of new ways to try and impress you every day. And thanks, Scott, for waking up next to me and going to sleep next to me without killing me every day. And my most thanks goes out to my grandma, who I'd like to recognize, who we are celebrating her 100th birthday this year. I'd like to stand. Say thank you, Grandma.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
It's touching.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next up, it is our great pleasure to present the luxury show. Are you ready?
Okay,
Let's
here
do
we
it.
go. Here
Let's
we
do
go.
it.
Lights, please.